next on Lion TV, we have Andrew Tyler with a package over the new band directors, Marley Price with a package over Yearbook, Lexi Farron with sports,
and me, Paige Reynolds, with your weather, to see if we're going to have some showers next week. All that and more, Lion TV starts now.
Hi, it's good to be with you this Wednesday. I'm Ashley Coker.
And I'm Connor Love. Let's hear some announcements.
Congratulations to the 2021 Homecoming Court. Queen, Mary Frances Oxner. Maid of Honor, Macy Pastucci. Senior Maid, Kaija Johnson. Junior Maid, Courtney Hamill. And Sophomore Maid, Catalina Hillis.
Jostens will be on campus tomorrow for their ring presentation and information to the junior and senior class.
The softball team will be hosting a tryout for any 9th through 12th grade girl tomorrow. The tryout will be held at the high school softball field at 5 p.m. Athletes will be required to show proof of an up-to-date physical and will need to bring cleats and a glove.
11th graders interested in taking the PSAT to be considered for national merit status can sign up in the guidance office at this time. The PSAT will be held at October 13th and the cost is $19, prohibiting the exact cash amount or check payable to Searcy High School. The deadline to sign up is September 25th at the end of the day.
Tropical Storm Nicholas has formed just off the Gulf Coast and could blow ashore in Texas as a hurricane. The National Hurricane Center in Miami says that the top sustained winds reach 60 miles per hour. Schools in the Houston and Galveston area closed Monday for the incoming storm.
Every year, the Met Gala brings together the hottest celebrities and the highest fashion, and on Monday night we got to see just that. After last year's event got canceled, America was ready to see what efforts our favorite actors and musicians were going to showcase at this year's party. Stars such as Rihanna, Timothée Chalamet, and Billie Eilish could be seen walking the famous white carpet. Although many outfits received backlash from fans and critics, it remains as one of the most highly anticipated events of the year.
The SEC has fined Arkansas $100,000 after Razorback fans rushed the field following Saturday's win over Texas. The fans violated the league's access to the competition area policy that was adopted in 2004. It states that access to competition areas shall be limited to participating student athletes, coaches, officials, support personnel, and properly credentialed individuals at all times. This is the second offense for Arkansas, which also was fined following win over LSU in 2014.
I'm sure glad that money's coming out of my pocket.
Same here. Much like the news we just covered, the yearbook staff covers all the important events going on at Searcy High. But with COVID-19, last year proved to be a very challenging one for the yearbook.
Marley has a story on just that. Take it away, Marley.
Yearbooks are a tradition that many schools have had for decades. However, you may not know about the hard work and dedication that goes on behind the scenes that allows this tradition to continue.
We're going to have to kind of talk to each other and see.
After a complicated school year, Mrs. Cook has bravely taken on the responsibility of coordinating our yearbook.
At first it was overwhelming, just like it is right now, but there's something about being part of a yearbook staff. You have something that's tangible at the end of the year that you can say, this is what I did. Sometimes in the classroom, all that you're doing is intangible, and so it's nice to have that sort of memento at the end of the year.
Yearbook may seem like just a hobby, but careful consideration goes into choosing a staff that will put their best foot forward when creating the book.
I'm looking for people who are creative thinkers, who work hard, and who want to really be part of the school and its community.
We are covering everything that happens at Searcy. So if something gets left out, then that's a part of your year that you're missing. If we have a deadline, then Ms. Cook will go through and help us edit all of our pages. That's also Abby's job as our editor. But it really just depends on what we did the night before. And so like just a continuation of getting all of our stories written, all of our quotes, making sure that everything is exactly to our liking, and then pictures take up a lot of our time.
Last year was a challenging one, but the staff pressed on to create a memorable book.
We couldn't have in-person interviews because of the COVID restrictions, and then obviously clubs and a lot of events didn't happen.
Well, this year the books came in a little later, as a lot of you know. Because of COVID, we pushed the print date or published date back, so those books came in the summer. We've already been sorting them and passing those out. We've also now started preparing for next year's book in terms of theme and layout and design, and getting the staff up to date on those things and introducing them to one another and our program.
A lot of hard work goes into capturing these memories for students. Hopefully, this year's book will be easier to compile than the last. Back to the news desk.
Thanks, Marley. I can't believe the yearbook site does all of that. By the way, yearbooks can still be purchased in Mrs. Cook's room before or after school for $50. For next year's book, students should order one on the Justin's website. I wonder what the upcoming forecast looks like. Let's go to Paige with the weather.
Today is September 15th, 2021. It'll be mostly cloudy with a precipitation of 37%. The high will be 85 degrees and the winds are heading east-northeast at 8 miles per hour. The humidity is 79% and sunrise will be 6:50 a.m. On to tonight. The low will be 66 degrees. It'll be partly cloudy and the precipitation will be at 24%. Winds will be heading east-northeast at 6 miles per hour, and the humidity is 95%. Sunset will be at 7:13 tonight. On to the almanac. The average high temperatures are 86 degrees and the average low temperatures are 62 degrees. The monthly average of precipitation is 3.35 inches, and the month to date is 1.08 inches. On to the forecast. Thursday, it was partly cloudy with a high of 87 degrees and a low of 67 degrees, with precipitation of 24%. On Friday, it was partly cloudy with a high of 89 degrees and a low of 67 degrees, with the precipitation of 24%. On Saturday, there will be morning showers with a high of 90 degrees and a low of 67 degrees. The precipitation will be 34%. On Sunday, it will be mostly sunny with a high of 91 degrees and a low of 67 degrees, with a precipitation of 22%. On Monday, it'll be partly cloudy with 90 degrees of a high and 68 degrees of a low, with the precipitation being at 24%. Looks like it'll be very cloudy in the next 5 days. Now back to the news desk.
Thanks, Paige. Looks like we'll have a nice week ahead of us.
Ashley, I'm getting hungry. What's for lunch today?
For lunch today, we'll be having personal cheese pizza, grilled cheese sandwich, green salad, salad dressing variety, glazed carrots, fruit cocktail, M&M cookie, red delicious apple, and milk variety.
Sounds good. Be sure to thank our wonderful lunch ladies for all the hard work that goes into preparing our delicious lunches.
This year has been one full of change, including in the staff. Andrew Tyler has a story for us over our new band director.
Can't wait. Let's hear it, Andrew.
During the summer, Searcy Band said goodbye to their previous directors, Mr. Luzzi and Mrs. Cordell. The new directors have now implemented their own spin on how the band should function.
We respect greatly what the program has done in the past. We're moving into a new direction, and we welcome anybody with open arms to come and be with us.
We'll still be working on Together Again, because honestly, even if we don't perform that show, you learning that music will make you a better musician.
However, much of the band still has concerns about the many new changes to the band program.
It's hard to get used to new band teachers because I know that bands that have new band teachers, often the students aren't really comfortable with the band teacher because they've had a band teacher for 6 years and then all of a sudden they retire and then you have a new band teacher that brings in a whole new method and then you're just really confused about what to do and if you can manage your time correctly with all the extra stuff that we have to put in.
Some students have been struggling to adapt to this shift. It has caused many to quit, and some are considering quitting.
My thought about it is, if you're not willing to go the distance, then, that's just going to be better for the band. We're going to have only the people that are dedicated and ready to keep going.
To those who have quit already, I would welcome them back with open arms and with no questions asked. But obviously they have their own reason, and Some have spoke those reasons with me, and I completely understand. I completely agree with their reasonings.
New marching styles have been implemented, and the band's traditional style of marching is being completely altered.
I feel like they should have been a little slower coming in, because the first day that we got here, we didn't come inside and play music. We went outside and we marched. He tried to get us to march a different way in the same day. So the people who have marched for 3 or 4 years now have to just march a totally different way and learn something totally new, and it was all pretty confusing.
Some people say if it ain't broke, don't fix it, while others say change is inevitable. Much like how some students agree with the new changes, others feel they are mistakes. No matter which way you believe, use this time to grow and become the best musician you can be. Back to you at the news desk.
I'm excited to see what the new directors will bring to our band program.
Me too. What's next on the agenda, Connor?
Looks like Lexi Farron has some exciting sports updates for us.
Great! Take it away, Lexi!
Good morning, Searcy High School. In local sports, the Searcy Lion tennis team played against Paragould Monday, with both the boys and the girls winning their matches. The SHS volleyball team played at Greene County Tech yesterday. We don't have the final score of this game, but we do have the results of the West Memphis game from last Thursday, with West Memphis winning 5 sets. The Searcy Lions football team took on Batesville Pioneers last Thursday. Both offenses would go back and forth the entire game, scoring points until Searcy's defense was able to force a couple fumbles in the second half, winning the game 50-36. We were able to catch an interview with running back Daniel Perry about Thursday night's game.
I feel like we played as a team and played way better overall. Like, we were more focused in, and like, it's just a big difference from the first 2 weeks. We got a lot of younger people on the team, a lot of younger depth, and we don't have as much depth as we usually do, but we just got to figure out how to play for each other.
Searcy's next game will be on the 24th as they go to Sheridan to take on the Yellow Jackets. In national sports, the Arkansas Razorbacks pulled an upset on number 15 ranked Texas Longhorns last Saturday, winning 40-22. After the game, the Hogs will be ranked number 20 in the country as they take on Georgia Southern next week in hopes of keeping their winning streak going. The NFL started their regular season last week. Big games include the Tampa Bay Buccaneers beating the Dallas Cowboys in a close battle, winning the game with a field goal 31-29. The Kansas City Chiefs made a comeback in the fourth quarter, winning against the Cleveland Browns 33-29. And the Arizona Cardinals pulled a huge upset against the Tennessee Titans 38-13. The U.S. Open ended this Monday with Daniil Medvedev winning men's singles against Novak Djokovic and Anna Raducanu beating Leylah Fernandez to take women's singles. Congratulations to these players on their accomplishments, and we can't wait to see more from them in the future. Well, Searcy, that's all the sports updates I have for you today. See you back Friday. Now back to the news desk.
Thanks for those sports updates, Lexi.
Speaking of updates, Dalen Banks just published a new Lion Press story about teachers being underpaid. Make sure to check it out at www.searcylionpress.com.
Well, that wraps up today's episode of Lion TV. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Searcy High Lion TV.
And follow us on Twitter at Lion TV, Instagram at Searcy Lion TV, and Facebook at Searcy High Lion TV. Signing off, I'm Ashley Coker.
And I'm Connor Love. See you Friday.